So Doshi, there's been a lot of talk about her being an industry plant. You know what I'm saying? Ellie, don't ever tell me what to do in life. I will literally strangle you. The love that Doshi got for the record, like whenever people have like a mixed reaction to something or something happens that they're not necessarily too keen on, like they react very strongly towards it, like either negative or positive. So I think Doechii had like a solid enough fan base before she got the Grammy in a category that also contained, I believe, a Common album, a J. Cole album. Was there a Metro album in there too? I don't remember. And out of the whole list, you know what I'm saying? J. Cole, no hate, and I'm not even about to reiterate, but I'm just going through the list of shit again. We had J. Cole, who performed well enough, but you know, as far as originality and like new ideas that were presented in the raps, it was nothing brand new. You know, it was just Cole and what his fans believed to be his tip top form, and it wasn't bad, you know. But there were a couple hiccups, and one record on the album originally made us all kind of look back at the record like, okay, maybe this don't have as much sting as it does. And after the year that he had, okay, I can't really give you that much grace for some of the words on here obviously not being true. We're not gonna get into that though. Common, we all know who Common is. We done heard him all throughout our lives, maybe not. But it's like, why give him a Grammy this year when there's a new up and comer right here in Doshi? Like, why not? And then we got Future and Metro Boomin, which they had an amazing year, but it was a lot of bloated songs on, you know, that one record that they dropped. On both records, to be honest, but I still enjoy it as a Future fan and as a bit of a Metro fan, but I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? I don't need them to win a Grammy. They just had a great big year. It is what it is. The competition was Common, J. Cole, fucking Eminem, and Future and Metro Boomin. What album out of those did you want to win? And honestly speaking, out of everything in the rap album category, that being the group or selection of music that we had at our disposal, we should have been outraged that those are the ones that were picked. You know how many better rap albums that came out this year that were better than J. Cole's and Eminem's? Not even no hate to J. Cole. I could put Eminem in that category by himself. That was a dumpster fire of an album. I guess her fan base go crazy for it, hype her up. That gets her more easy promo, more eyes, more connections. I don't know. I've been trying to find an angle. I'm trying not to minimize it to just, oh, you know what I'm saying, they don't like to see the woman win, blah blah blah. Oh, you know, she's artsy, so they gotta go with that pick. It's easier for her to get the Grammy by default. What I do think is that there is a definite push for Doechii. A lot of promo, a lot of push, very powerful marketing, and I don't think within the last couple weeks I've not heard this Anxiety song, which by the way I hate. It's not because of anything outside of the sample, and that's not her fault. Well, she made the song, obviously it's her fault, she chose it. But what I'm saying is, this isn't the first time you got a sample that, you know, has been used before, and then, you know, it's the most popular thing in the world. Like, this happens all the time in pop music. It's not the first hip-hop song or rap song to do something like this. I understand it, and you know what I'm saying, I'm glad that she's got a moment as big as this, but I definitely hate this song. And I think it's, like I said, it's 99% because of the way it sounds. I don't like the music on this. That's really the biggest thing.
No pogo, unhappy, no homo, new brand.
That is a hilarious bar though. Unhappy, no homo. That's funny as hell. That's why I said my biggest issue ain't really her with the song, it's really just the music in it. That's a hilarious bar.
In 3, 2, anxiety.
She did a little thing. You saw what she did? There's a little reference. It's just, I don't understand. Why do you know you can do this? Why do you know you're this flexible? Why she do that? I don't know. I'll be honest. The song giving one thing, and then the video, I didn't know like Anxiety made you want to twerk. But I get what you're saying. Like, what y'all be saying is giving cunt. But like, I get it though. Oh, the ass specifically had Anxiety, so that was the attack type shit. I get what you're saying though. I wish they gave the same push to
this same push to Isaiah. No misogyny, but he way better. Say what you want, but his track record proves it. No shade, cause she definitely talented.
I'll be honest with you, I feel like that's cap. Like, better at what exactly? I fuck with Isaiah Rashad, like, heavy, like, very, very heavy. But he's not exciting enough to demand this level of push, to be honest with you. And I fuck with him heavy. Like, he got some of my favorite records, but he doesn't even push that in his music himself, I'll be honest. Definitely a star on TDE in his own right. Consistent, too, but he needs to put himself out there personality wise and his music way more to garner this level of reaction from people, whether good or bad. I think people got to understand strong personalities or strong appearances or strong performances are going to garner way more attention than you being a quality artist but being a little bit more mundane in your delivery or your subject matter. And I think, like I said, Isaiah Rashad's great. He's talented. We all know this. I don't have to advocate for him or say, you know, oh, I got to put this song on to prove that he's this great. But you get what I'm saying. Her making a spectacle out of everything, and I definitely think people undermining, you know, the level of intention that goes into her performances. And as we can clearly see her videos, I feel like that's a big insult to be like, oh, industry plant. Because I feel like when you put the industry plant thing out there, there's no effort, and there's all effort on label to make this person appear a certain way and do a particular thing. I could tell she cares about her craft. Like I said, I don't have to be a fan of every record. I don't. But when I see intention and I see effort, I'm not going to chalk it up to, oh, she just got the industry behind her. Like, bro, look at the videos she putting out. Look at the performances that she's done. I saw what she did on, what was it? It was the desk performance. I forgot the live shit that they be doing. After a certain point, it just gets old. Reiterating the same talking point, saying the same thing. Okay, we hear you, bro.
I like Future and M's album better, not saying it's better, which it is to me personally. Honestly, the whole list was trash.
I agree. I definitely think that we probably could have had way better selections, but the Grammys is never going to be the place to go to, which is ironic considering they're like the biggest music award show in history. You would expect them to have a read on what's going on in the scene and even be ahead of the curve when it comes to anything musically, but they never are. They're always playing catch up, and people just have to hope that their favorite artist gets the recognition one day, because the Grammys, despite being so dated and despite being so behind the musical landscape, are still the powerhouses in what could make or break an artist's career moving forward. You know, you can't act like Grammy nominated, even the nomination, you can't act like nomination isn't going to propel your career. You can't act like Grammy award winning isn't going to put your music behind movie soundtracks, isn't going to put you in certain conversations or perform in certain places where you otherwise might not if you didn't have that nomination or win attached or associated to your name. I really hope that none of this has nothing to do with the whole OVO TDE thing, and that isn't playing like a part in the whole like, oh, look at these artists, you know, they need to do this in order to get traction, because she just happened to have one of her biggest years amidst that whole, you know what I'm saying, back and forth. And so I think a portion of it could also be that people are doing anything they can to discredit TDE as a label by saying that there's no reason for people to genuinely be interested in anybody from that label. It's association unintentionally with Kendrick Lamar to a certain extent. So I think that that's another reason she might also be getting some of those accusations. Also, given the fact that, you know, the whole bot situation when it came to Not Like Us was a big talking point for the other side, quote unquote. So I think that's definitely a contributing factor. I don't like to mention it, but I don't know that this gets as big as it does, this narrative, without that being a part or without that playing a part, you know?